Did you know that there was a time when Buddhism used to be the most practiced religion in Afghanistan? And it was not for a few years but remained in prominence in Afghanistan for about 1000 years in the land and had some of the world's biggest Buddhist monasteries and statues, and perhaps was the most revered place for Buddhism in the entire Asian subcontinent. Yes, you heard it right. So hello all, I am AI Bobby, a time traveler, and I will be navigating you through the world of untold stories, so welcome aboard to the Untold Stories. Please do click on the subscribe button for more such untold stories. So today I am going to tell you about the culture, religion and traditions of Afghanistan about a few 1000 years ago, that probably most of you do not know. So let me take you to the pre-Islamic period in Afghanistan. So let's get started. Before the spread of Islam in what is now Afghanistan, the region was home to a diverse array of cultures and traditions, influenced by the interactions between indigenous peoples and the empire and civilizations that held sway over the area. Afghanistan, being located at the heart of Central Asia, served as a natural geographic bridge connecting South Asia, Central Asia, and the Middle East, and played a crucial role in the Silk Road trade network, which connected East and West, facilitating the exchange of goods, cultures, and ideas between Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. The Silk Road, a network of interconnected trade routes, was not a single road but a complex web of pathways used by merchants, diplomats, travelers, and adventurers. Afghanistan's strategic location made it a vital crossroads and a key link in this vast network. It was one of the very few regions through which both the northern and southern Silk routes passed through. The Northern Silk Road route connected China to the Mediterranean. This route passed through cities like Balkh, Merv, and Herat, and it was used for the trade of goods such as silk, spices, precious metals, and gemstones. The Southern Silk Road route passed through Afghanistan as well, connecting India to Central Asia and beyond. This route was significant for the trade of textiles, spices, and other commodities. Hence, Afghanistan, being an integral part of the ancient world's greatest trade route, served as a melting pot of cultures and ideas, as merchants and travelers from different regions converged in Afghan cities and towns. There was an exchange of not only goods but also cultural and intellectual ideas. This led to the blending of various artistic, religious, and philosophical traditions, contributing to the region's cultural richness. Afghanistan was also dotted with caravanserais and trade posts, which provided rest and shelter to merchants and their caravans. These stopping points were essential for the success of long-distance trade, ensuring the safety and well-being of traders and their goods. These traders found Afghanistan a hub for trade, as Afghanistan had rich deposits of gemstones, including lapis lazuli, rubies, emeralds, and more. The region was a significant source of these precious materials, which were highly sought after in both the East and the West. Afghan textiles, particularly wool and silk, were important trade items. Afghan wool was prized for its quality and used in the production of carpets and textiles, which were exported along the Silk Road. Spices and herbs from India, such as saffron and cardamom, were transported along the southern route, often passing through Afghanistan. Afghan cities like Herat and Balkh often served as transshipment and distribution points for goods moving along the Silk Road. This contributed to the region's economic significance and prosperity. The Silk Road facilitated the exchange of religious ideas. Afghanistan was home to a variety of religious traditions, including Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and later Islam. Religious beliefs, art, and artifacts moved along the Silk Road, impacting the spiritual and cultural landscape of the region. Now coming to the history of Buddhism in Afghanistan. Buddhism has a long and complex history in Afghanistan, which was once the most significant center of Buddhist culture and religion. Buddhism, a religion founded by Gautam Buddha. Buddhism is believed to have been introduced to what is now Afghanistan during the 3rd century BCE, after the conversion of the Indian Emperor Ashoka to Buddhism. As Ashoka's empire extended into what is now Afghanistan, Buddhism gradually took root in the region. During this period, monasteries and stupas, Buddhist shrines, were constructed, and the Buddhist faith gained followers. Among the earliest notable sites of Buddhist influence in the country is a bilingual mountainside inscription in Greek and Aramaic that dates back to 260 BCE and was found on the rocky outcrop near Kandahar. In 305 BC, the Seleucid Empire made an alliance with the Indian Maurya Empire. The Mauryans brought Buddhism from India and controlled the area south of the Hindu Kush until about 185 BC. At the time of these developments, most of the area belonged to the kingdoms of Bactria and Sogdhana, including the Scythians, followed Buddhism. Various schools of Buddhism were present in Afghanistan from the earliest times, along the kingdoms that lay on the trade route to Central Asia. The main kingdoms were Gandhara and Bactria. Gandhara included the areas on both the Pakistani Punjab and Afghani sides of the Khyber Pass. Bactria extended from the Kabul Valley northwards and included southern Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. To its north, in central Uzbekistan and northwestern Tajikistan lay Sogdia. The southern part of Bactria, just north of the Kabul Valley, was Kapasa, while the northern part later received the name Tokharistan. According to early biographies of the Buddha, such as the Sarvastivada text, the Sutra of Extensive Play, Tapas Su and Bhalika, two merchant brothers from Bactria, became the first disciples to receive layman's vows. Bhalika later became a monk and built a monastery near his home city, Balkh, near present-day Mazar-e-Sharif, which currently serves as the commercial hub for northern provinces of Afghanistan. Nava Vihara, the main monastery at Balkh, was the center of higher Buddhist study for all of Central Asia and functioned as the center and epitome of Buddhist activity in Central Asia for centuries. Since it housed a toothed relic of the Buddha, it was also one of the main centers of pilgrimage along the Silk Route from China to India. On the other hand, Balkh had been the birthplace of Zoroaster in about 600 BCE. It was the holy city of Zoroastrianism, the Iranian religion that grew from his teachings and which emphasized the veneration of fire. Buddhism and Zoroastrianism peacefully coexisted in Balkh, where they influenced each other's development. Cave monasteries from this period, for example, had wall paintings of Buddhas with auras of flames and inscriptions calling them Buddha Mazda. This was an amalgam of Buddha and Ahura Mazda, the supreme god of Zoroastrianism. In Balkh district of Balkh province there is no Gonbad mosque. It was built by Muslim on the remains of a Buddhist monastery. Many prominent Buddhist monks were based in Afghanistan, and during this period, Menander I, a Greco-Bactrian king, was a renowned patron of Buddhism and is immortalized in the Milinda Panha, a Pali-language Buddhist text. Mahadharmrakshita, a 2nd century BCE, Indo-Greek monk, is said to have led 30,000 Buddhist monks from Alexandria, the city of the Yonus present today near Kabul, to Sri Lanka for the dedication of the Mahathupa in Anuradhapura. Lokaksema, a 2nd century Kushan monk, traveled from Afghanistan to the Chinese capital city of Luoyang during the reign of the Ha dynasty, and was the first translator of Mahayana Buddhist scriptures into the Chinese language. One of the most important centers of Buddhism in ancient Afghanistan was the Gandhara region, which straddled present-day Pakistan and Afghanistan. The Gandhara school of art, known for its distinctive artistic style, played a significant role in the development and spread of Buddhist culture. The region was home to numerous monastic complexes and served as a center for Buddhist learning and art. Later the Kushan Empire, which ruled parts of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and northern India from the 1st to the 3rd century CE, played a crucial role in the history of Buddhism. The Kushan kings, such as Kanishka, were known for their patronage of Buddhism, and the empire's capital, Peshawar, now in Pakistan but historically connected to the region, became a major center of Buddhist activity. Now let's come to how Buddhism, which was the major religion in Afghanistan, gradually declined. Buddhism was a religion based totally on peace, meditation and non-violence. Hence it was very rare that the religion usually continued for long periods as kingdoms. Kings and expansionist policies were all based on war and battles to be fought, which contradicts Buddhist beliefs. Similar situations were seen in India too. Buddhism was at the height of its peak during Ashoka's reign, but his later successors couldn't sustain much with their Buddhist policies and beliefs and was overlapped again by Brahminical Vedic Hinduism, who did patronize warfare and battles more comparatively to Buddhism. Hence, over time, Buddhism in Afghanistan faced challenges. In 637 AD, the Arabs defeated the Persian Sassanids and founded the Umayyad Caliphate in 661. It ruled over Iran and much of the Middle East. In 663 AD, they attacked Bactria, which the Turki Shahis had taken from the Western Turks by this time. The Umayyad forces captured the area around Balkh, including Nava Vihara monastery, causing the Turki Shahis to retreat to the Kabul Valley. It was at this period that some Buddhists in Bactria and even an abbot of Nava Vihara converted to Islam forcefully, while other Buddhists in the region accepted to remain as loyal non-Muslim protected subjects within an Islamic state. Buddhism further began to decline in Afghanistan after Arab conquest following the rise of Islam in the 7th century. It saw further decline in the region during the Muslim Ghaznavid era of the 10th to 12th centuries and finally Buddhism was completely eliminated in Afghanistan by the 13th century during the Mongol conquests, with no further mention of a Buddhist presence in the area past the 14th century. Further, all major Buddhist relics, monasteries, statues and caves were eventually destroyed over course period of time, and today in a position that people would be surprised to know that Buddhism did exist and was the major religion practiced in Afghanistan. Hence, now coming to the conclusion, while much of Afghanistan's Buddhist history has been lost forever, the sands of the Afghan region cannot forget its Buddhist legacy that dominated the region for centuries. Numerous traces are still extant today. Undoubtedly the most well-known landmarks from this ancient heritage were the Buddhas of Bamiyan, which were the world's largest standing Buddha statue sometime between the 3rd and 5th centuries CE, which were eventually destroyed. In August 2010, it was reported that approximately 42 Buddhist relics have been discovered in Miz Ainak of the Logar province in Afghanistan, which is south of Kabul. Some of these items date back to the 2nd century according to archaeologists. Some Buddhist sites were found in Ghazni. The items in Logar include 2 Buddhist temples, stupas, Buddha statues, frescoes, silver and gold coins and precious beads. Many Buddhism stupas and heritages can be seen or found in Afghanistan. This monumental pair of 6th century statues of Shakyamuni Buddha, carved into the side of a cliff in the Bamiyan Valley, where now it called as Afghanistan National Park. The ancient landmarks like Buddha in Bamiyan and many other stupas across Afghanistan serves as a reminder of a long history, a rich culture, and a land of religious diversity. Thank you for being patient listeners. This is signing off. AI Bobby from The Untold Stories. For more such informative, untold stories, subscribe our channel. For you it's just a click of the button, and no loss. But for us it is an encouragement to keep telling you untold stories. Thank you.